Hello everyone. Today I'm going to talk about price and output determination in different markets. So, what exactly the different markets here is? There are different types of markets in the market structure. So, what are those? See, at the end of the video, you will be able to understand how price and quantity demanded and supply are determined in the below markets means the first one is a perfect competition and monopoly. The third one is a monopolistic oligopoly and then monopolistic competition. See what how they are determined price and output in different market structures. Suppose if you go to any vegetable market and inquire about the price of potatoes, what from the shopkeeper or any other person for that matter, he says potatoes are 50 rupees per case. In the similar way, if you inquire from many shopkeepers and you will get the same answer that 50 rupees per case. What we need to notice here, we notice there are number of buyers and number of sellers in the potatoes market. All the shopkeepers are selling the potatoes are 50 rupees per case, means product homogeneity. All sellers are selling almost the same quantity of potatoes in the sense that we can't judge by seeing potatoes from which the farmers field and what how they come from. No, we can't do like that. So in the market, there are number of buyers and number of sellers. We can bargain for price of the product and settle the price and transact their businesses, buy and sell a product. So where it is the market, normally we should not think that market doesn't necessarily mean a place. Suppose if it is a stock market, if it is a financial market, if it is a, so they are not just places. Rather, the buyers must have something they can offer in exchange for the business transaction. So this is an exchange process. Buyers are giving money and sellers are giving the products as well as services here. Having said that, let me go for the what exactly the market structure means here. See, the market structure is nothing but in a competitive environment, in cutthroat competition, how the buyers and sellers of the product they are operating, how they are selling, the sellers how they are selling the products as well as services. Similarly, how the buyer is buying the goods and services in a competitive environment. This is called market structure. Now, the classification of market structure, as I told you earlier, perfect competition, oligopoly, monopoly, monopolistic competition. Right. The first and foremost market structure is perfect competition. As I just mentioned earlier, if you go to any vegetable market, you are going to have product homogeneity and there are large number of buyers and sellers who compete among themselves and their numbers are so large for that matter. And the commodity reality is already mentioned, that is a homogeneous. Every firm is a free to enter into the market and free to exit from the market. Right. See, in the perfect competition, there are the characteristics of the perfect competition. If we study about those, the large number of buyers and sellers, homogeneous products, free entry and exit of firms, perfect mobility of factors of production. What are the factors of production? Land, labor, capital, organization. Perfect mobility of factors of production is also available in the perfect competition. Along with that, independent decision making. Nobody can take. It is totally independent. Nobody is depending on others' decision making. Perfect knowledge about the products. right? So everybody knows what are the products are available, perfect knowledge on the part of buyers as well as sellers, the quantity of stocks or goods in the market, the market conditions, prices, and transactions, all the are having to the perfect knowledge of the buyers and sellers about the price and products, right? Indifferent among the buyers towards sellers. Indifference means, see, the commodity or goods are sold at a uniform price throughout the market at any given point of time. See, there is a indifference among buyers towards sellers. There is not much difference in these aspects. Buyers and sellers, they are going to sell their products, but here the large number of buyers and sellers are available over here. See, no transport cost, so the movement of goods from one center to another without providing any transportation cost over there. These are the different characteristics of perfect competition. So the see, the perfect competition normally it is an unrealistic phenomena, but there are different examples are available in the perfect share market, securities and bar market, agriculture market, and local vegetable markets. The again I'm going to tell you the characteristics: large number of buyers and sellers, free entry and exit of the firms, the commodity, every perfect knowledge about the goods and services, perfect knowledge of on the part of buyers and sellers about the quantity of goods they are going to sell, and the pricing information. This is in nutshell about the characteristics of perfect competition. Let me move on to the price and output determination. See, the perfect competition, the firm is perfectly competitive market is a price taker but not price maker. The price, how they are others are defining in similar way, it is taking the price exactly. Right? Price taker. So the price determination rule, see, this is the rule which is applicable for all the market structures. MC is equal to MR. MC curve must cut MR curve from below. Right. Here you can see MC. MC is equal to MR, and MC curve cuts from MR below. Right. See, here you can talk about the equilibrium of the industry and equilibrium of the firm. First, I'm going to talk about the equilibrium of the industry. What do you mean by the equilibrium here? When the total output of the industry is equal to the total demand, in other words, when the supply of the industry is equal to the demand, we can say that the industry is in equilibrium. What is the prevailing price over there? That will be called as a equilibrium price. Right. So here the demand and supply, this is demand and this is supply curve, where it is, I mean, the intersect each other. That point is known as the equilibrium point. That price is known as equilibrium price. Then, when I move on to the firm is said to be in equilibrium when it maximizes profits. Means the output which gives maximum profit to the firm is called equilibrium output. In the equilibrium state, normally the firm has no incentive either to increase or decrease its output, because since it is already achieving maximum profit given output. So, which only gives no incentive to the firm either to increase or decrease. Firm in the competitive market are price takers. As I mentioned earlier, why it is because that this is because there are large number of firms in the market who are producing identical or homogeneous products. In that case, firm can't influence the price in their individual capacities. So they have to accept the price fixed as a whole by the industry. So, firm in a competitive market or price takers. Right. Now, moving on to the further. So, here the price output determination we can identify in two periods. First is short run and second one is a long run. In the short run, how it will be determined? So as I told you, MC is equal to MR and MC curve should cut MR curve from below. MC is equal to MR, MC cut MR from below. So these are the conditions of equilibrium of the form, right? So when I talk about the short run, pricing in the short run, see normally here is going to uh, uh, getting the super normal profits. The firm will attain equilibrium position at the same time. It may also earn supernormal profits sometimes, normal profits sometimes, or losses. But how it will be, it is depending upon its cost conditions. Simple thing I would like to tell you here is, see, MC curve is here. AC, MC means marginal cost, means the cost which is incurred for producing additional unit. Means the marginal cost is additional cost for additional unit. Average cost, how much average cost? The cost which is incurred per unit, that is called average cost. Similarly, average revenue, the how much we revenue getting from selling one good. So this is called average revenue. Marginal revenue, how much we revenue we got for selling additional unit, that is a marginal revenue. So here I would like to tell you one thing here. Whenever the firm is getting a super normal profits, here I'm mentioning super normal profit is nothing but whenever the average revenue is more than the average cost. See here, this total portion, this is a average revenue curve and this is a average cost curve. So this total portion is going to get super normal profits. Because when the firm and supernormal profits, because the average revenues are more than its average total cost. Thus, in this context, the in addition to the normal rate of profit, the firms and some additional profits, that is known as the supernormal profits. So again, I'm going to tell you, whenever the average revenue is more than the average cost, the firm gets supernormal profits. Whenever the firm, here you can identify the average total cost. This is average total cost. This is average revenue. So average total cost is, this is average revenue. Here MR and AR. This is average revenue. So here it is touches here. So whenever that average revenue is less than the average cost, the firm is incurring losses here, right? So this all the portion is losses. This is year MR and AR. So this is the average total cost. Average total cost is more than the average revenue, so the firm is incurring in the loss. See, when I talk about the prices in the long run, normal profits is going to arrive. Because why? Because the new firms are expansion of existing firms in the market, because demand curve each individual firm shift downward. So prices in the long run, the firm will make only normal profit. Here, the see how it will be, the average revenue cuts average cost exactly. So the firm is going to earn normal profit in the long run, the pricing in the long run. So a perfectly competitive industry is in the long run, all the firms are earning normal profits only. All the firms are in equilibrium. There is no further entry and exit from the market. So this is what you call short run, long run, equilibrium, and perfectly competitive firms in the long run. So this is what you call, that is perfect competition. Having said that, let me go on to the another market structure, that is monopoly. See, here monopoly is nothing but it is the single seller. There are no close substitutes. See, the monopoly means alone to sell, a single seller. Monopoly is a situation where there is a single seller of the product which has no close substitute. However, In public utilities such as transport, water, and electricity, we generally find monopoly form of the market. So the commodities, there are barriers to entry, means restriction to the entry. In a monopoly market, there are strong barriers to entry. The barriers to entry could be either economic or institutional wise or legal or artificial wise. Right. Now I'm moving to the why. What are the main reasons for monopoly? Monopoly is single seller. Why it could be? Legal restrictions, because Indian railways are the monopoly in that, because the legal restrictions are there. Control over raw material, diamond company, because it's a there is a control, so it is a monopoly. Efficiency, only one person is having efficiency, he can do the things. Patent over inventions, if he only wants to have the patent, he can only do the things, that other persons may not do the same thing. High cost of establishing efficient plant, exclusive knowledge of the particular product. These are the different reasons for monopoly. What are the main characteristics? Single seller and number of buyers. There is no competition, no closed substitutes, cross elasticity of demand is zero, difficult to enter into the market, controller supply of the price. So this is what you call monopoly characteristics. Then pricing and output decision. See here, the same concept will be applicable here also. So here the average cost is touching here, average revenue is touching here. So average revenue more than the average cost. So we are going to get the super normal profit. So why the monopoly revenue curves are downward from here? It is just because since the monopolist firm is assumed to be the only producer of the particular product, the demand curve is identical with the market demand curve. Even one single individual demand curve is identical with the market demand curve for that particular product. The market demand, which exhibits the total quantity of the product that buyers will offer to buy at each price. It also shows the quantity that monopolist will be able to sell at every price, what he sets, what he determines. So it assumes that monopolist sets single price and supplies all the buyer who wish to purchase at the price. We can easily find the average revenue and marginal revenue curves are like this only. It is just like a individual demand curve is a market demand curve here, because a single seller is available. So this is so that is in this contest, in the short run, monopoly is going to get super normal profits. But whereas in the long run, normal profits, because it touches average revenue, average cost, you're going to get the normal profits only. So here in the long run, monopoly equilibrium. So this is what you call supernormal profit and normal profit. In the short run, supernormal profit; in the long run, normal profit. The price discrimination is always available in the monopoly. What exactly is the price discrimination? Seller price discriminated different. It charges different prices to the different buyers. The main form of the price discrimination from the seller point of view is change each buyer as the maximum that the buyer is willing to pay. So basically, what exactly it means is price discrimination is there in the monopoly only. So this is what you call in the sub market A, B, and total market, price discrimination is there. Here the price is like this, and here the price is like this, and the total market price will be the like this. So why? What are the degrees of price discrimination? There is first stage, second stage, and third stage price discrimination is there. What is the price discrimination in the first stage means? Here the it attempts to take away the entire consumer surplus, means also known as take it or leave it. When it happens, monopolist is able to sell each separate unit of the output at different price out to the same buyer. See, in that context, that is a price. The price first degree price discrimination, discriminating a price that attempts to take away the entire consumer surplus. So, monopolist is able to sell each separate unit of the output at different price to the same buyer. So, the second stage divided into different blocks of units. Many customers different taste with varying income levels. Depend on the income level, they are going to charge differently. And third, price discrimination. Different prices are charged for the same homogeneous goods depend on the age, gender, or different customers, and depending on the various factors. This is what you call price discrimination in different stages. Why? When this is possible, if there is an imperfection in the market, or different elasticity of demand in the market, or different natures of the product. Suppose haircut depend on the things, they are charging differently, right? And distance and frontier barriers, that will also be there. This is what you call about the monopoly. Then the another market structure is monopolistic competition, right? The monopolistic competition is a common market form, right? How it will be the developer means, here the the it is a situation which large number of firms are offering similar but not identical products. How it will be done? See, here in this, it is a blend of competition and monopoly. Both the things are available here. So, for example, consider the market for soaps and detergents. Among the well-known brands on sale are Lux, Fima, Synthol, Dettol, Liril, Pears, Lifebuoy Plus, Dove. Different um, types of soap markets are available in the market, right? So, since all the soaps are almost similar, but it appears to be an example of perfect competitor. But if you observe close inspection, we find it each seller has at least some variation between his product and those of their competitors. How it will be? For example, if you take the Lux, it is meant for the beauty soap. Liril, it is meant for the freshness. Dettol soap is meant for the antiseptic, and Dove climbs for the smooth skin. So here, many markets can be considered monopolistically competitive, but it is including markets for either restaurants, clothing, shoes, and service industries in losses. Different types of examples in the monopolistic competition. Then, what are the main characteristics of the monopolistic competition? First characteristic is a large number of sellers are available because their large who individual have small share in the market. Clothes shop, restaurant shop, or soaps market, all these large number of sellers are available. Product differentiation, right? In this market, the products of different sellers are differentiated on the basis of their brands. These brands generally so much advertised that consumers start associating with that brand for particular manufacturer, and the type of brand is loyally it is developed. The loyalty of the particular brand will be developed on the basis of their reputation, right? The product differentiation gives rise to an element of monopoly to producer over the competitive market. And see here, perfect with the exception of heterogeneous products, and the monopolistic involves great deal of non-price competition based on the slight product differentiation. Just now I mentioned the example of soaps, right? The another one is freedom entry and large number bias, product differentiation, non-price competition. It is more importance to the advertisements. Free entry and exit, independent behavior. So, non-price competition. In monopolistically competitive market, sellers try to compete on the on the basis of other than the price. See, means if they wanted to, for example, aggressive advertising, a product development, better distribution arrangements. Otherwise, if you take the after sales services and so on, a key base of non-price competition is it is a deliberate policy of product differentiation, right? Sellers are attempt to promote their products not by cutting prices by but incurring high expenditure on publicity and other advertisements, other sale promoting activities. So this is independent behavior, independent pricing policy of that particular brand. And products have there is a different produce have degrees of their responsibility, their differentiation in the product. So in the short run, How this price short run pricing is in monopolistic competition. In the short run, the monopolistically competitive market acts like a monopolist, is that the firm is able to influence the market price of its product by altering the rate of the production of the products. Here it is going to get supernormal profits, right? So how it will be the, it is unlike perfect competition and monopolistic competitive firms produce products that are not perfect substitutes. Brand X product is different from all other brands products. It's available from only single producer. Short run monopolists may get profit or loss. So here in the short run, monopolistically competitive firm can exploit the heterogeneity of the market and getting more profits in the super normal profits. The same thing will be available here. AR is more than the average cost. It is getting super normal profit. In the short run pricing equilibrium, this is what you call super normal profit here. And again I have given here. And one more thing is here, in the short and equivalent firm under monopolistic competition, loss will also be raised when the cost condition here average cost is more than the average revenue, so there is a loss that firms are incurring. And in the long run, only normal profit, average cost is more or less is equal to the average revenue. So obviously long run average cost is more, it is equal to the average revenue, so normal profits they are going to incur. Then go to the another market structure, that is a oligopoly. So here oligopoly is a market where the industry dominated by the small number of sellers. Right. Here, one more thing I would like to mention here. It is a situation, a few large uh, firms compete against each other. And there is an element of interdependence in the decision making of these firms. Right. When we talk about the oligopoly, each firm in the oligopoly recognize this interdependence. And oligopoly is a competition among the few. Means it is a just like few members are there, number of sellers. It is a competition in this. It is also selling either homogeneous or differentiated products over here. The unique characteristics of the oligopoly: first, small number of large sellers, lack of uniformity in the size of the firm, and more importance for advertisement and selling cost, uncertainty in the rival behavior, interdependence in the price fixation. So what is interdependence in the price fixation means? They are following interdependent decision making of the few firms which comprise the industry. This is because when the number of competitors is few, any change in price or output or produced by firm, it will have a direct effect on the other rivals, who will then they are going to identify by changing their own prices, output, or advertising technique, as the case may be. Clearly, it is therefore clear that oligopolistic firm must consider not only the market demand for its product, but also reactions of other firms, how the industry they are feeling, and how the major decisions that are taken by other firms in the industry. Depend on that, this firm is also taking the decision. So interdependence is always there in the characteristics of the oligopoly. So importance of advertising and selling cost is always there. And group behavior, see here, constant war between firms on the price, interdepends in the price fiction, just now I told you, and exists in the price rigidity. So the price rigidity in the sense, they're not I mean not rigid, it is a, they're not flexible enough to change their prices, right? Here the group behavior, how it will be done. I- the theory of oligopoly is the theory of group behavior, not of mass or individual behavior, to assume profit maximizing behavior on oligopolistic firm. So, generally, this theory, the group behavior theory, will be applicable in the oligopolistic competition. For further, I would like to give much more information in the coming here. This classification, product differentiation, entry of firms, either price leadership, agreement between firms. Then cartel. Just now I told you that group behavior here. Cartel means independent firm, an organization that agree to operate as a shared monopoly by limiting production and monopoly price. It is that this cartel is a group of companies acting and taking their decisions on their own, just like OPEC. Oil companies are taking cartel, following the cartel, and accordingly they are going to restrict output quantities in order to raise price, and consequently they are going to profits. What is the conditions of successive collusion? Your number of firms is a small, secret price cuts, threat of entry for potential rivals, stable demand conditions, less fear of anti um, trust actions. So that is also another one. So what is the main outcome of the oligopoly here? There are few participants in that type of market. Each oligopoly is aware of the actions of the others. So uh, depend on the decision is one firm will always influenced by other decisions of the other firms. They will always consider response of the other market participants. Um, the behavior of oligopoly in the price. See, always the firms will follow the leader if they increase the price, and the firm will also follow the leader if they never force it to follow the leader if they decrease the price. Example, just if you go to the rickshaw puller, if ask, I wanted to go somewhere, how much you are charging? He is telling that 50 rupees. So all firms, all other people, if you ask any other person, he is also telling the 50 rupees. If you ask any other rickshaw puller, he is also telling the 50 rupees. For example, other person is changing the price from 50 to 40. All people are decreasing their prices for charging from transporting from one place to another. See, if this means the rival firms don't follow the leader if they increase the price, but whereas the firms are forced to follow the leader if they decrease the price. If the one person is decreasing the price for 40 rupees, other example is also okay, I am also going to give for 40 rupees. This is what you call kink demand curve and rigid prices in the industry. How it will be done? The Demand curve, it is introduced by Paul Sweezy in 1939. It is an attempt to explain price risk in the whole oligopoly market. See, this is what you call a kink demand curve. See, this kink demand is relatively elastic because all other firms' price remain unchanged. So again, I'm going to tell you here, the price and output determination will be the totally depend on the kink demand curve theory, such that there will be price stickiness in these markets. The firms will rely more on non-price competition to boost sales, revenue, and profit. So this is what you call oligopoly. Why the kink demand curve? If one person is decreasing price, others are decreasing their price. If one firm is increasing price, others are not increasing their price, they will remain constant over there. So the next different other market models are also I'm giving you for better understanding: duopoly, monopoly, bilateral monopoly, oligopoly. The duopoly means two sellers agree to share market to avoid price war, and monopoly means there is a single firm that buys entire market supply of output, and bilateral monopoly, single seller faces single buyer. So, uh, oligopoly means few firms purchase the entire market supply. For example, professional sports club. This is in nutshell about the different market models. I have given only few: perfect, large number of firms, homogeneous product, infinite price elasticity of demand of firm, degree of control none. Monopoly, only single firm, unique product, small price elasticity, degree of control very considerable. Imperfect monopolistic competition, large number of firms, differentiated products, large price elasticity of demand, and some. Oligopoly, few firms are there, homogeneous or differentiated product, small price elasticity of demand of the firm, and some degree control over the price. This is in nutshell about the total market structure. Thank you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting me and encouraging me. So please like, share, comment, and subscribe for more updates. Thank you. Thank you so much.